Hello. So, this is gonna be like a story time about my Taurus girlfriend. I'm actually titled it that because I actually forgot if she was my third or fourth girlfriend or not. But I know this whole thing was supposed to be numerical, but yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about a Taurus, my only Taurus female I've ever dated. Only Taurus I've ever dated, and I got cheated on. All right, so let's talk about it. So, her name is very different. Her name is Jacayla. Yes, I'm name shopping because who cares? It's nothing is slanderous. I'm not telling any lies in any of my videos, so go back and check with the people if you need to. Anyways, and not defamation of character. I'm not throwing any shade, but anyways, so how did me and Jacayla meet? So yeah, I was in eighth grade. This is the time when I got to eighth grade, and she was in seventh grade. And what actually happened? Like we met each other. I feel like yeah, we met each other in gym. That's what we met. Gym. It was like third hour, I believe, or first hour. Ooh, I don't even know. I don't remember. Sorry, this is years ago. Like I was 13. Anyway, or 14, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, met her in gym. We were friends. We always played around with each other, especially in the locker room. We was always like having fun, and it was like the best time because she was just funny. Like she's a Taurus. Like she was funny as fuck. Like I'll say this about a Taurus, they're like very sarcastic, very chill, very like hilarious people. Argumentative and stubborn. They're very strong-willed. Um, but yeah, she was funny nonetheless. Like she always had the best comeback. She will roast your ass, bruh. Like she will roast you, and she won't stop. Like she's not gonna stop. She gonna find something else to roast you about. But anyways, so yeah, and I wonder how it happened. So basically, she started having feelings for me or whatever, and we started liking each other. We were talking about it. She'll walk me to class and stuff like that. I could tell she liked me and whatnot. The thing is, at the time, I was dating this guy named Dakota. He was like a punk, bruh. He was a punk. I hated him. He was a Libra, and we had a lot of arguments. I'll leave it at that. It's not. I don't even think that one is worth a story time because I don't know. He's not worth the story time to me. It was a boring relationship. It was just full of arguments and whatnot. And he wouldn't show me the same love in person, whatever. So I was like, eh. But me and Jacayla, like, we actually ended up dating at the same time as me and Dakota. Like, they knew about each other, so not no cheating, crazy, nothing. But funny part is like, me and Dakota were back and forth, and then she would try to work it out with me and Dakota because they were friends. You know, in eighth grade, I did a lot of first time stuff, meaning I dated a guy and a girl at the same time, like really exploring my sexuality as a bisexual woman. First time ever doing that. I will never do that again. I don't recommend it. If you can do like a two-person relationship at the same time, of course they know each other, so no cheating, nothing malicious, no malicious intent, nothing of that, none of that. Um, if you genuinely can do it and it works out for you, awesome. I cannot do it. I cannot keep two connections at the same time. It's very distracting from the other one, Trying to spend equal amount of time with each other, with one another, it's too much. And it's funny because like I think we'll be like holding hands on the outside, like me and Dakota will be holding hands, and then like me and Jacayla will be holding hands or something like that. I forgot what would happen. Yeah, I forgot what would happen, actually. Yeah, I forgot. But anyways, there was a time when me and Dakota broke up, right? Like for good. Me and Jacayla, it was just me and Jacayla, right? So so basically, yeah, she cheated on me throughout the whole entire relationship with multiple people, and I would always catch her doing it because do you know this girl would come home and come to the phone on the phone with me and tell me about her experiences, telling me that she sat on niggas' laps and everything, and I'm like, See, you used to be so jealous whenever I'll be talking to Dakota because that was my boyfriend and you were my girlfriend, type shit. But now you just cheating. Like you just because she would go behind my back, like and do shit, right? And we would break up. We'd always get in arguments because she would just be out flirting and doing all types of wild shit, right? And so it got to the point where we did break up for good. Now let me tell you something. I was dating this girl. Her name was Brandy. That's gonna be like a really long story time. I don't know if it's gonna be the next video or the video after next because that one is gonna be that was gonna be a long story time because she was my whole entire 8th grade year. Okay, I'm telling you, this girl was like my whole entire 8th grade year. Okay, so yeah, long story short, I was dating this girl named Brandy. We were on and off for a whole 8th grade year. She told like she Jacayla was jealous of me and Brandy getting back together because we were so on and off. And there was a time period when me and Brandy did not be together for months. Again, that's gonna be a different video from this one, right? So what Jacayla would do was like Brandy broke up with me or whatever through like a note. Like I said, this is middle school, passing notes and shit like that. But Jacayla said she wrote it and or whatever, or that her and Brandy planned it. So I confronted Brandy. I said, "So you planned a whole breakup with me with this other girl, with my ex, that you friends with, whatever?" Because we was like all friends at one point. Very messy, I know. So then Brandy was like, "No, I would never do that. Like I wrote the note myself." And then so basically, Jacayla like I was so mad at Jacayla for starting shit. 'Cause she knew she was being messy because it was out of jealousy, and I knew that. Like we just broken up because she kept cheating on me, right? But she didn't want me to have anybody else. So what she did was she talk hella shit, right? She told the whole school she was gonna beat my ass, and she told me to meet her outside. And I was outside posted. Like I said, I caught the city bus home, so the city bus was outside the fucking in front of the school anyway. I was posted waiting for her ass, me and Brandy, and she didn't show up. So the next day, this is before, right? Like after you get out the cafeteria to go to your class to eat breakfast. This was called advisory time. It was like 15 minutes to eat breakfast, I think. We did the morning announcements, all that bullshit, right? School. We met up in the hallway. We was just walking, with our coats and everything. It was winter. We were walking down the hall near like the choir room, and then Brandy started it because she literally confronted Jacayla. She was like, "Why didn't you meet up with Pika outside? You said you were gonna beat her ass." And Jacayla said, "Well, I was in the gym. She should have met up with me at the gym." I went off. When I tell you I went off, I started yelling at this bitch. Like I was like, "Bro, you was the one talking shit. What are you talking about? You told me to meet you outside. Ain't nobody gonna meet you in the gym, you scary ass bitch." Like I was going off. When I tell you I was going off, I was going off. This was like my third fight I've ever had in my life, bro. We started arguing and got in each other's face and shit. And it got to the point where, like, the whole school, when I'm telling you, the whole entire school, like, surrounded us. They did. Because it was that fucking intense. We was really about to go at it for real, for real. Because she was really talking shit to me. And didn't do shit. And then I met up with you outside and you didn't do nothing. You didn't even come outside because you was in the gym. You sound scary. You scary, bro. Don't talk shit to me. Anyways, but this is what happened. We was got in each other's face, and then she said, "Get your finger on my face," because I had my face like this. We was going in, so we was just talking shit to each other, and I had my finger in her face. She said, "Get your finger on my face," and I said, "It's in it, it's in it." She pushed my finger away. I hit her like this with when I hit her like this in the face, I hit her with these knuckles, right? Knuckles hit her lip and then mashed into her teeth, and she was bleeding for 3 hours. Like from first hour all the way to the third hour. She was bleeding for a whole 3 hours, and the whole school saw it, right? But since the whole school was like surrounding us, teachers didn't get to see. So they said, so Miss Robertson, the one that I had in 6th grade that I fucking hate, I hope she sees this video one day because you're ugly and you're stupid and you're rude. And she took both of our hands, both of our wrists, and walked us down to the assistant principal, the dean's office. She said, "Since y'all want to make a scene, y'all can get in trouble too." So we had to call our parents or whatever. My parents didn't pick up, and I was cleared. Okay, and And then I just went on to class. I did not get suspended, which is something I always like feared. That's why I stayed out of fights my whole entire time at middle school. And yeah, so basically, I think she ended up getting in trouble. Uh, Something like that happened. And I talked about this fight years later, like laughing at with it with my mom. My mom was like, "Piggy, you better not be fighting." Like I was, it was funny to me, years later, all this stuff like blowed over and everything. But basically, after that, I forgot what happened. Like basically, it was like probably like months later. We ended up. Oh yeah, after the fight, I need to talk about after the fight. So I did not talk about it because I'm not a bragging person. I don't brag about fights. I don't brag about any negative shit. I've just never been that way. I feel like that shit's weird. Like bragging about a fight is just weird to me because it's negative. So I went to class, just like regular. Like I literally pretend like nothing happened, like dead ass. I had no marks on me. I hit her in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't hit me back. She threw her stuff down, like threw her binder down. She did not hit me back. Anybody who's there could tell you she did not hit me back. I walked away unscathed, no bruises, wasn't bleeding, but she was bleeding like a motherfucker. So this guy in my class, this class clown or whatever, he he was he was like, uh what did he say? He said, "Pika, you hit her, you slapped the bitch in the face and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing." Everybody looked at me like, "You got in a fight?" And they started laughing, and I started like hiding my head a little bit. I was like, because like I said, I don't like to be glorified for negative shit, especially fights and putting hands on people. That's not something I do, because they didn't see it. The people I was in class with did not get to see it because they were the type, like they were like the popular kids where like they showed up whenever they wanted at school, like showed up late to class and shit like that and cut class. Yeah, so they didn't see the fight. So basically, months after we were friends again. Like it was such a small shit. And she told me like I was just jealous, like that you got back with Brandy again. And so basically, long story short, like we was, I mean, we're cool to this day. Like there was a time where she like applied for my like this is like an X 9 to 5. I don't even work at this job no more. It's like a 9 to 5. But we was talking like regular. You see what I'm saying? Like there's no beef. We like been done past that shit. We were like 13, 12 years old. Okay, been past that shit. Like we used to be so fucking close though. I remember we were like literally like this, followed each other on Instagram, all that shit. Always Snapchat each other, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We were close. Like I consider her like a real fucking friend. And yeah, so that is the story time of my Taurus girlfriend, the only Taurus I've ever dated. Cheated on me throughout the whole entire relationship, with multiple people, and I got in a fight with physically. But hey, we passed it, I don't have no beef with nobody. It's all love. But if you like the story time, um, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.